had something special to tell you about Father Louis. Father Louis Andreu died the day on his way home.
Right.
Well, did you ever read the book or see the movie called Alive? About a group of rugby team of young men that were, that plane crashed in the Andes.
Right.
So, the meantime, all the mothers back home were all praying that these boys would be found alive.
Right.
And one of the mothers, somebody had returned from a trip, and they opened up, when they opened up to empty the suitcase, they found a little medallion that had the little kiss of the Blessed Mother in it. And it said, Our Lady, in Spanish, Our Lady, kissed by Our Lady of Garabandal. Well, they didn't know who this Lady of Garabandal was, because they lived in I think it was Uruguay, if I'm not mistaken, or Paraguay, one of those countries. But the mother, two mothers, began praying to Our Lady of Garabandal that their sons would be found alive. Well, their sons were found alive. They never lost hope. Those two boys were two that were found alive. But when she was called and told that they had been rescued, and that she had to fly from her place to where the rescue point was, she was so nervous and scared, and she was on the plane, and she just was very hyper.
Sure, she was traumatized by what happened to her son.
That's right. And she saw this priest sitting in the plane, and he's reading an English newspaper. And she said, I think I'll go over and I'll talk to the priest and ask him to pray for me. And so she went over and she said, Father, she said, I'm one of the mothers of the boys that crashed in the Andes, and they called me to tell me that he's alive, and I'm awful scared. Will you pray for me? And she said, I've been praying to Our Lady of Garabandal. And he said, oh, I know about Garabandal. I saw the miracle. And he talked to her in Spanish.
Wow.
Perfect Spanish. But he's reading an English newspaper. Well, I'm telling you, it could only be one person.
So it's an apparition of the priest then?
Father Louis was on that plane. It was an apparition. It was a mystical thing.
Because when she got off, she didn't see him anymore, did she?
No.
No.
No. But she didn't know who he was.
Right, no.
No. He said, oh, I know about Garabandal.
But I guess he probably
I saw the miracle. Well, I have made contact with someone that I met, and I wanted to go there myself and interview her and show her a whole bunch of pictures of different priests and see if she could single him out.
Right.
But she's very sure that she's not going to remember what he looked like. She could only remember that he spoke perfect Castilian Spanish and he was reading an English newspaper. Now, Father Louis was a linguist.
Knew a lot of languages.
He knew a lot of languages. He was perfect in them. If you remember, after he died, he came to the four girls. They didn't see him, but he was teaching them how to say the Hail Mary in different languages. Greek, Latin, French, everything.
Why?
Because he was a linguist. And they would repeat the words in ecstasy as though they were following the instructions of the teacher.
Something? That is something. Amazing stories.
That we haven't even touched the...
Well, we're going to have to do it again next time.
Yeah. Oh, Mary Lou, thanks
that was wonderful.
so much
thank you
for
so much.
inviting me to come.
Thank
what
you.
A privilege
no, thank
to
you.
be here. And God willing, a lot of hearts will be touched.
Oh, absolutely.
Conchita, Marie Dolly, and Jacinta married Americans and now live in the United States. Marie Cruz also married and lives in Spain. On September the 12th, 1962, Marie Cruz had her last ecstasy, and in January of 1963, the visions also ended for Marie Lolly and Jacinta. Only Conchita continued to have visions, but they were fewer and further apart. The last apparition was on the 13th of November 1965. It was a special apparition during which our Blessed Mother kissed religious objects. Our Lady told Conchita, "I have come not only for your sake, I have come for the sake of all my children, with the desire of bringing them closer to our hearts." And afterwards she added, "Conchita, why don't you go often to visit my son in the Most Blessed Sacrament? Do not let yourself get carried away by laziness and not go and visit him who is waiting for you day and night."
Always remember, the warning, the miracle, and the permanent sign will herald a new era for mankind. For Garabandal is ultimately a message of love and hope. I'm Mary Lou McCall. God bless.
We hope that you have enjoyed the program you have just seen. We wish to reiterate that these are only private revelations. There is no claim that they are formally approved by the Church. They merit only the approbation given by you according to the merit of the character of the person. And therefore you are able to give whatever decision you wish and credibility you wish. Thank you very much. I'm Archbishop Hann.
The messages of Garabandal are prophetic messages for the world, given to us to prepare us for their fulfillment. With this two-part special, Garabandal, Then and Now, you too can witness the entire miraculous experience. See the actual footage from Garabandal, including the visionaries in never-before-seen ecstasy. This astounding video set is yours for just $35. Hear the entire story of Garabandal from an actual eyewitness, Maria Sirocco,
Nothing is a coincidence. That should say something to people.
Yeah.
who was so inspired by Garabandal that it changed the entire course of her life. She explains why the messages are even more relevant and urgent today, given the current state of the world and the Church. This video also includes rare, actual footage of the miracles of Garabandal. You can own the entire collection, Garabandal, Now and Then, and Eyewitness Garabandal for just $50. Remember, these videos have been produced for you, so you can judge for yourself the importance and relevance for your life and for the world.
To order a copy of this show or any other Focus production, call 504-840-9898 or 985-635-0333 or visit us on the web at FocusTVOnline.com. Focus would like to thank you for your kind donations. Your gifts and generosity make an immediate difference in the lives of many through these Focus programs. It's your contributions, however small, that make this show possible.